You got to be careful because that will get you dinged for sure. Hey, welcome to the channel. Being that you're all new here, if you could do me a really quick favor, go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel. This is a new channel, not unlike many others. This is an opportunity for a lot of us as new content creators, new YouTubers, to capitalize on YouTube's attempt to boost smaller channels, newer YouTube creators. So again, if you don't mind, go ahead and tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be uploading content on a regular basis. But today, I wanted to cover something that was on my mind pretty heavily when I decided to go ahead and start my YouTube channel. And what that is copyright and free use material. I want to give you all an opportunity to actually get going without making the mistakes that other YouTubers have made as far as getting demonetized or, kicked off the platform before they've had an opportunity to actually get going. And one of the reasons why that's so important is because you really don't know until you know. And the goal is to be informed without making those mistakes. So there are a couple things, specifically, there are 7 things that I want to share with you that will help you avoid getting dinged. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive into the do's and don'ts of using copyright material. I'll give you actionable steps to protect your channel. And trust me, it's much easier to avoid a copyright strike than dealing with one. Let's jump right in. All right. So pro tip number 1, you can't fail at all by creating your own content. Whatever it is, no matter how much you like it, how much you don't like it, if it's yours, you're free to use it, right? One of the things that I've seen people do is, good or bad, the video or the audio, no matter where they put it, there's some kind of watermark, right? So one of the biggest issues you'll find across YouTube is that some creators use other creators' content without their permission. That's going to be an easy strike, right? If someone sees a video that you've posted and you've utilized any of their creative license, right? So for instance, if you have a reaction video to TikTok, or today is the day actually that TikTok has gone dark, and just maybe an hour ago has come back online. They haven't gotten CapCut back online, but TikTok is back online. So reviewing videos is completely fine, but we have to be careful how much of that material we actually use. So rule of thumb, if you're not sure, don't upload it, right? You might be able to parody that content or recreate that content in your own way. We will cover how to change material, or what's classified as changing material enough to avoid having a copyright strike. But rule number 1, pro tip number 1, create your own content. You cannot go wrong. All right, so what does it mean to use public domain material? Public domain material are creative materials that are not protected by intellectual property laws, trademarks, or copyright. So as an example, if you wanted to rewrite the Cinderella story, you could do that. You could literally use the names of any of the dwarves, Cinderella herself, and no one could say anything to you about it because that story is no longer covered by copyright. Something I've told people to do is you can Google, what's available to use as far as, public domain material. You can take a story, again, like Cinderella, put it in ChatGPT, and it will create a whole new story for you. You can modernize it. You can, make it into something else, but you're free and clear in that situation to do that and not be hit with a strike on any platform. Because again, stories like Pinocchio, Cinderella, those things, they're all stories that are free to use. under public domain. So that could be a way to initialize your YouTube channel. That's an easy way. So another phrase you're going to learn is Creative Commons. And the way to initiate Creative Commons material is getting permission from other content creators to utilize their content. The thing about Creative Commons is you're only allowed to use that material, one, if the creator allows you to, and they have the right to put certain conditions on your utilization of that material. So say, for instance, you're an information channel of some type like this, and you want to utilize another channel's video. You would want to make contact with the owner of that material or the owner of that channel to make sure that your utilization of their material, meets whatever requirements that they may have. So a lot of times you'll see YouTubers doing reaction videos or doing videos where they review something. And a lot of the time, the person who is reviewing has gotten written permission to do so. The reason why this is important is because the original creator, their values or their brand may not align with your channel and could affect them in a negative way. And that's going to line you up for, first of all, getting a strike from YouTube because you didn't get permission. Secondly, if they can prove that your content or your review of their content has injured them in a financial way, you may be liable for damages. So it's very, very important that under Creative Commons, you have some type of written agreement or some type of deal that will allow you to utilize that material. One of the people I follow pretty closely, the channel is Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Shout out to MTR. And he often reviews Pop the Balloon challenges. It's my understanding that more than likely he's got permission from the owners of that channel, the owners of that content, so that he can, review those videos. But at the same time, there's a reciprocation process. The more people that watch his content, it's more likely that those people will also go watch and subscribe to the original creator's channel and, absorb their content. So under Creative Commons, make sure that contact has been established and parameters have been established and met before we do any review videos. So a way to make sure that happens is to potentially create a video, allow the original content creator to review that video and get approval. But it's really smart to have something in writing, have the ability to track emails and communications. This will keep you out of very hot water. So I touched on it just a little bit before, but the next thing is short clips under fair use, but only sometimes. So what does that mean exactly? What that means is, again, when I talked about reviewing TikTok videos or other YouTube videos, you want to limit how much time you actually use from those materials. A good rule of thumb is probably between 9 and 12 seconds. But again, you want to make sure you try to make contact with the original creator and you give them credit inside of your video. Make sure you let everyone know where you got the material. That's only fair. It's a good practice. That way you can expose other content creators to your audience. You're going to want that because more than likely, if you're producing quality content, someone's going to do the same for you. So good rule of thumb is to limit how much time you use from another person's content before you decide to just, play the whole video. Commentary, questions, things of that nature. You want to break up that material so that there's a transformative use. We will be covering transformative uses here in just a bit. Before I give you pro tip number 5, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to leave questions, comments, or ideas right below in the comments. um, Licensed material. So anything that you've purchased, you can use it, right? The reason why you're protected is because usually there's a receipt and there are use agreements or terms of use agreements, right? So as long as you stay within the bounds of that user agreement, you can utilize the material as much as you want. So don't be afraid of buying your materials, meaning music clips, videos. You can have someone make something specifically for you, but any licensed material is free and clear. Make sure you use it. Don't be afraid to pay money for it. So if you've made it this far into the video, I want to thank you. Now we're going to cover something that is one of those gray areas, but not really. So I touched on it before, and a lot of what I've talked about today and a lot of what you see on YouTube or other, social media platforms has to do with transformative content. So what is that, Jason? So transformative content is any copyrighted material that you can add value to without changing the original subject matter and essentially creating more value with that content. Now, again, we want to make sure that we follow the rules of reaching out to the appropriate contacts, make sure that we stay within the range of timed use. But again, transformative content is 100% a staple of all social media platforms. Here's an example. Utilizing any audio clip from, say, for instance, The Office. You can use an audio clip from The Office. And if you were to have a commentary about the music, it counts. Now, can you play all of the audio from that scene? No, you can't. You specifically have to point out something and add value to it. That's how you get around that. But being able to just play people's, you know, uh, intellectual property and saying, "Oh, well, I'm adding value because, I'm in the corner and I'm talking about it." You're not gonna get far that way. YouTube, um, a lot of it's run by, um, AI and those things, but there are people that actually review videos, and so you definitely want to stay out of hot water with those auditors. So again, make sure that you're adding value to whatever copyrighted material that you use. This again is going to keep you from getting a copyright strike. Like I said before, it's much easier to prevent a copyright strike than having to deal with one. The goal here is to add value, get monetized, and grow ourselves financially and socially. So let's make sure we follow that rule. It can't be understated. Make sure that you make whatever content you use, make it your own. You can do this. Okay, so we've made it to the end. Pro tip number 7. Feel free to upload any content you own. How is this different from creating your own content? There are going to be videos, photos, just instances that you have in your phone or that you may come across in regular life. If you shot it on your phone first person, feel free to upload it. The caveat being, please do not record from your phone anyone else's copyrighted material or intellectual property. That's going to be a very simple strike, right? YouTube won't even hear your argument. If there is a visual that is owned by another person or a company or an entity, YouTube will kill your channel. Don't take a chance. Just don't take a chance. It's not worth it. So, videos of your dogs, your family, if you're willing to put that out there, anything that's in your phone that you shot first person, it could be you doing a dance. That's all yours. Uh, Feel free to use it. And honestly, it might go viral. You never really know. So I want to thank you again for taking the time to sit and listen to me. This is my first effort at a YouTube video with some edits. It's not perfect. You know, I don't think there's going to be a perfect first video. I think we just have to start. I really hope that you take the time to start your YouTube channel, put something out there. Let me know you started it. I'll subscribe, I'll comment, I'll like, and I hope you would do the same. But again, don't let 2025 be the year that you don't start again. I'm taking it upon myself to take content creation very seriously. I'm going to approach it very aggressively, and I'm going to learn this thing. Is it my goal to become, a world famous YouTuber? Absolutely not. It's just not my cup of tea. But is it my goal to provide value to people? Absolutely. Is it also my goal to earn some money as I do that? Absolutely. So again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what your channel is going to be about. I'd love to connect, and hopefully we can make something together one day. Thank you for watching.